Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night, and the beer we're going for tonight is it's a mash gang beer. It's this one. It is Cinnabon, and Cinnabon is a cinnamon roll and coffee stout weighing in at 0.5% ABV. It's made with real chaos. The question is that corn, Slanesh, Zinch or Nurgle? Anyway, it says on the back, Cinnabon. There is nothing I love more in terms of malt cuisine than an ooey gooey cinnamon roll made with a sweet buttery dough that is swirled with cinnamon and topped with heaps of rich cream cheese frosting. Capturing all that and slamming it in a stout seemed like a good idea, and absolutely it is. I love cinnamon rolls. I had some recently in Manchester from Cinnabon, and yeah, they were brilliant. I first had a proper Cinnabon in Athens airport last year, and it was breakfast time. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. The only places that were open was their equivalent of some greasy spoon and Cinnabon. So I had Cinnabon and a couple of big espressos. It was glorious, and since then I've been hooked on them. So much better than the ones you can get in the likes of Tesco. Anyway, beer version with coffee can only be a good thing, right? And the only way to make that better is have more. Yes, more. How can you have more Cinnabon? Well, we're going to do 2 Cinnabon. We're going to have this one, which is room temperature, and this one, which is fridge cold, just to see the differences in how it behaves. I like stout at room temperature. I think it brings out the flavour more, but sometimes the cold will tighten up the body and just give it a completely different twist. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get them both out into glasses and see what we think. So we're going to pour the room temperature one into my favourite stout glass. That one. And I know some people say it's a bit sacrilegious to have a beer at room temperature, but sue me. Anyway, the pour is dark, as we expect. Let's try and get a nice head on that. Ooh, we do have a nice head. So it is lovely and dark, exactly what I'm looking for. Just a tiny hint of chestnut brown coming through the edges and a tan head. Looks glorious, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Let's pour the cold one. See how that comes out. I suspect the pour might not be quite so excitable. We're going to pour that one into my Lemmy glass. And the pour is definitely tighter body, less excitable on the pour. Not much, but definitely more excitable when it's room temp. Still got a damn good head. Still got that touch of chestnut coming through. The head slightly tighter. Yeah, slightly tighter. Let's have a whiff of the cold one first. Oh, hello. There's more than just cinnamon going on here. A lot more than just cinnamon. I'm getting clove. Oh, that's nuts. That's a lot more than just cinnamon. Spiced, chocolate. And that's on the cold one. I find the cold really mutes things. So yeah, the cold does mute it a little bit, but big clove. There's a lot of spicy stuff going on. Chocolate, coffee. I wouldn't be surprised if there's anise going on as well. That's a really, really interesting aroma. Certainly a lot more than just cinnamon and coffee and pastry kind of things going on. Wow. Interesting off the bat. So we're going to go for a taste of the room temperature one first of all, and to get the body off of it. And then a taste of the cold one. As I often find, the cold one is slightly tighter. The weight of both is roughly medium. Carbonation on the warmer one is more excitable, a bit more kind of effervescent. Yeah. And in terms of flavour, there's a lot more than just cinnamon. Like I say, I've got that spicy kind of, it's definitely clove. Without a shadow of a doubt, there's clove going on. I'm getting the roasted malts. It's nice and intense in that sense. But that clovey nature is really pushing the boat out in that sense. Let me just have a little look at the ingredients list, because I'm sure it didn't mention cloves. No. Water, malted barley, oats, malted dextrin, hops, lactose, yeast, cinnamon and vanilla. There's some magic going on in this beer to get that flavour then, unless not all ingredients are listed. But the malt presence is brilliant. The flavour is huge, which is important for me in a stout, and I'm really loving it. I'm getting the sweetness coming behind that spice. It's sitting and bringing a little bit of balance to it. And the finish is all about that spice. It's sitting there warm, comforting, delicious. That's not what I was expecting. I'll be honest, I was expecting just a pure cinnamon hit. But this is much more complex. It's much more je ne sais quoi. Leberkuchen. That's what I'm tasting. Those German biscuits that you get at Christmas, heart-shaped ones, obviously with the name. That's exactly what's going on, and it's bloody lovely. It is. I don't know yet if I prefer cold or warmer. 6 or 1. There's bits I like about both. I want to score them in the same manner. So, yeah, glorious, tasty stuff. So my current scoreboard of joy looks something like that. So let's give it some points, shall we? Visually, it's a glorious beer. It's the right colour for a stout. Let's just top it off. Right colour, lovely head. It looks like a good stout should. No getting away from that. So, and it's the same for both the room temp and the colder one. So it's having a point off the bat for that. The aroma is not what you expect when you go in for a cinnamon bun and coffee stout. You expect big cinnamon and pastry hit and coffee, maybe a hint of chocolate, a little bit of vanilla for the sweetness. But you get that and so much more. You get that spice that just completely twists your melon. And it's like, what have I got going on here? And it's strong. It is strong on the nose. I did think I got it when I was opening the can and pouring, but I wanted to be sure. But yes, you absolutely would say this has got a bucket load of scent, and I like what I smell. So I'm giving it a full point. The body is medium, just under medium. I would like more body, I'm going to be honest, but I'm always going to say that on a stout. I would have my stout so thick. Yeah, I like my stouts thick and heavy, and this one could just do it just a touch more, but it's not bad at all. So it's having the 0.75. It's very good, just needs more. The taste, I'm going to give it a full point, no question, because I love what's going on. I love the roasted malt. I love the spice, and it's so much more, like I've said, than just the cinnamon. I love the sweetness hit from the vanilla. It's lovely. But yeah, this is very much more than a cinnamon stout. And the finish, I'm enjoying that too. I love that warm, Christmassy, wintry feel. That kind of very German spiced gingerbread and more flavours going on. It's delicious having a full point. So Cinnabone has got 4.75 out of 5 from me. Would I buy this one again? Yes, absolutely I would. It's delicious. Like I say, it's a bit of a surprise if you go in it fully expecting cinnamon roll and coffee and you don't like Leberkuchen, then you probably will be disappointed. But if, like me, you love those all spicy things, you're going to love it. So yeah, definitely would buy that again in a heartbeat. Value for money. Mash Gang beers are always value for money. That is beyond doubt. But we know that it can't have a bonus point because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. But 4.75 out of 5 with value for money and buy again bonus, can't be knocking that, let's be honest. So yeah, a successful beer. Made with real chaos. Maybe that's the chaos inclusion, the spices that you don't expect. And that little bit of magic suggests to me it's Zinch. And if anyone knows what I'm on about, stick it in the comment section below. It'd be nice to see if there's any other people out there who know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. Cinnabome is delicious. We'll leave it there and say that's been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.